Miss Isabella Smith was my choice for the Pilgrimmes. Her story began in 1675 when the orphaned Isabella journeyed from England in the hope of finding a comfortable home in a quaint New England town. But problems began soon after she arrived. The tight-knit townsfolk didn't trust outsiders. When their livestock started to die mysteriously, the town's preacher accused Isabella of witchcraft. She denied the claim, but the town quickly turned against her. As more livestock fell ill, the preacher acquired a mysterious illness. The town rallied into a frenzy, cornering Isabella in a farmhouse, which they lit on fire. But moments later, Isabella miraculously crawled out, still alive, and without a single burn upon her skin. The astounded townsfolk sentenced her to a slow death in the stocks. There she stayed for weeks while children stoned her, women cursed her, and men spat on her. The humiliation proved worse than the pain. Finally, Isabella succumbed to starvation. Whether or not she was a witch, I can't say, but her powerful anguish served my need.
I'm starting off with creating the stockade. I've done this with just plenty of cardboard and a mannequin head to map out an approximation. All you really need to know for this is that you want the head cut out in the middle, so both sides need to be about the same length. Obviously, it's made out of wood, well, originally made out of wood, so honestly, it doesn't really have to be exactly the same size. I made the beginning the shape of a huge watch, the circle in the middle with two arm pieces on the side. Cutting out the middle portion so my head can fit in there. I've gone between using a box cutter and scissors for this. One tends to be easier than the other in certain situations. With a cut through one side of the cardboard to make it have the look of it being able to actually open and close, and then the other side of the armhole. For the paint job, I've started out with a white base, rubbing my fingers in it and then pretending nothing ever happened. And then a light brown wash of paint. And while that's still drying, I'm using some darker and some lighter tones of brown to add dimension to it. I've made 2 of these. One can definitely do the job. I just want it to be a little bit thicker, so I've glued it together with hot glue, a lot of it. You can definitely use whatever tool you want for this, but I did use scissors to just make 2 different holes in both of one side, if that makes sense. And then I have placed a shower ring around that to make it so it actually has the closure portion. As for the makeup, I'm starting off with a NYX Eye pencil and black bean and blending that out for a while with Corrupt from Makeup Geek. And then $7 to properly blend out even further, almost like the transition shade. For my waterline, to make me appear more tired, like I haven't slept in probably a good number of weeks, I'm using Hot Red from NYX. This is a slide on glide on, even more so a turn on, I believe is what it's called. Then a coat of mascara. As for the special effects portion, that requires some liquid latex, which I'm going to be using as the old age stipple technique. This is essentially just stretching whatever part of your body you're planning on putting the effect on by either maybe blowing out your cheeks or even using a spoon or stretching out your skin. This works better, a lot better with 2+ people working on it as much as possible, adding liquid latex onto it and waiting for that to dry down. And continuing with multiple layers until wrinkles in liquid latex start to form. I've actually used a fan in between each layer to make things dry a little bit faster because I ain't got all day for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. I've added this to my forehead, my cheeks, my chin, my nose, and my upper lip. And while some of them aren't the absolute worst wrinkled or most wrinkled, I'm also going to be using liquid latex to act as skin, which I'm going to be using tweezers and little scissors to make holes in to make it look like the skin is ripped and cut in two. With multiple cuts, a lot of cuts. I'm adding a red water activated paint into each cut to start the blood effect. While that's drying down though, I'm going to be powdering the rest of the latex so it has a translucent layer to it. Adding a wash of gray water activated paint over my face with a blending sponge, as the Pilgrimmes has incredibly washed out coloration of her skin. Then finally adding some blood onto the wounds, scab blood of course. Adding soft spoken from next to my lips and blending it out. This is usually my lips but better color, but when it's blended out, it definitely makes me look a little bit dead. For even more accuracy, I'm adding some teeth specific alcohol activated paints to my teeth, of course. The only thing with these are that your teeth have to be super dry to apply them. So basically just with your mouth open to dry them off, or you can use any kind of towel, paper towel, whatever. Lastly, I've decided to add some more prominent wrinkles with some gray eyeshadow and a small detailing brush. And then we are done. Happy Halloween, guys!